Godspeed, Spider-Man. I want these grapes on legs to turn into raisins. It's too much!
Warning. The following footage may contain a decent amount of profanity. So if that's not your cup of tea, you might want to switch to coffee, or perhaps hot chocolate. With that out of the way, I hope you all enjoy.
Yeah.
So I decide to join my friends, and
90.
of course, as usual, I'm hopping on
Yeah.
because Rhamph OP. And pretty much all of my friends are also playing on Rhamph. And we've found out some pretty cursed knowledge about Rhamphorhynchus and what it can do. Now, do you see this little ability down here, in the green? That handy-dandy little ability is called Rat Out, which is a call that makes all creatures within 20 meters perform a broadcast call. All affected creatures in your group will gain 20% increased trot movement speed for 30 seconds. Cannot be used while in combat and deactivates if combat is triggered. Must be in a group to use. Now, sure, most people usually see it as kind of a snitch kind of ability to help people who are hunting to find someone who's hiding, right? But that is not really what I, or should I say we, use it for. Here's a quick example of what we use it for. So here we have two EOs getting attacked by the grouping crater. They're doing well to defend themselves, they're getting their kills, but they are just being chipped down quite steadily. It won't be long until one of them are dead at least. But they are not going down without at least getting their pound of flesh, as they deserve against a group this size. What we really care about is the one trying to run off with a trophy, and here is what we use Rat Out for. Now, while I use this and I was in range for it to work, the Struthy was considered in combat, so it didn't work for them. Can you see what we're trying to do yet? So, they were in combat, so mine didn't work, so Siblet used hers as a backup, and forced the Struthy to drop their trophy.
Oh, no, come on. There we go, give me it. Oh, okay, you just won't pick it up. There we go, fucking up. And it's dropped it again. Fucking hell. It just wouldn't pick it up. Other people.
So yeah, Rat Out forces people to drop whatever they're holding, including trophies, food, anything.
Robbed. Mugged.
So this has actually become quite a fun pastime on Rhamph whenever I've travelled around the map on a different dino and been unable to find people.
Yeah.
I go to Crater, and I rob trophies this way from the big groups who are trying to, help their friends who are growing baby
It's in
dinos.
White Cliffs now.
But here it is happening to the very same Struthy.
Well, I got 6 seconds on cooldown. No, I'm just gonna do it. Mine. Smash and run. What, Sib? Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Robbed.
And as for the reactions to this kind of interaction, it's mostly been kind of silent, because what can people really say about being robbed by a little bird,
Sib, you
right?
were crying.
Though we did have a few funny
I'm just
reactions
remembering the
to
guy
this.
saying that just calling you an arsehole and all that because you mugged him. That was right. It was go fuck yourself, Sib. I will, with this lovely trophy.
And with how many things die in Crater and
hide that
how
trophy.
fun I find this, I like to stash the trophies in case I die.
Stash it for winter.
Situations like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no one told me about the Metri. Oh.
So, yeah, that happened, I guess.
Do the branches.
Thankfully, I didn't spawn very far away, and I went back to questing. Though, while doing so, Sib started freaking out about something.
Oh my god. What are you panicking about? 20 trikes? Are you joking? You were having a laugh. Okay, Jesus Christ. What in the ever-loving feck am I looking at here? With this many people, you can have so many, like, cool combinations or setups here. But yes, I'm above you. Oh my god, there's more coming in from behind. Fuck me, pink. What is this? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I'm sure I haven't even seen them all yet. 18 trikes, including baby ones, but still, you can have so many, like, cool interaction, setups and combinations. Why trikes? Why is it all Apex? It looks cool. It does look cool.
I will agree. It does look very cool. This is something that is exceptionally rare to see. You know, people actually sticking to a theme that they've picked, right? Usually, it's always a mishmash of different types of strong creatures all working together to pretty much just wipe out the server, right? That's at least what we're used to on official servers. God, it feels like it never ends. I wonder what this looks like in 8 times speed. Give me a second. Yeah, that is quite cursed, if I do say so myself. Now, as I said, this looks super cool, right? It's a whole theme. These people are actually sticking to something instead of going, trying to pick out the best combination to make sure that they win everything. But in this case, where pretty much you saw earlier those two EOs were getting attacked by the group in Crater, there was already like 15 people around Crater and Grand Plains, so pretty much the rest of the map is kinda dead. Or, not kinda, it's literally dead, outside of the occasional Juby growing very safely from the looks of this, since everybody's over at Crater. As usual.
Counting trikes with Hanya.
The real panic is for those who are pretty much unable to actually escape this many trikes, so in other words, other people on Apexes, as they demonstrate very early on that they want trophies for their babies.
Jesus, what are they in a rush for? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, look on the west side of Korea, the left side of Korea. They're already running after one solo trike. Oh no. Yeah, my frames are going down a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. This is actually more rare than you'd think, yeah. That's just, what the hell? Why? I'm actually a little surprised here, because they went after that one trike over there alone, but then there's just this random hat that they're leaving alone here.
Now, with this many apexes, trikes, or just anything, right? This many people all just traveling together. There's only one thought in your head. How the hell are they gonna sustain themselves? Well, that's just the thing. They're not. And there's a very good way to make sure of that.
One thing's for sure. I want to dump the salt. I want to dump the salt.
So while they're all lining up and trying to get a cool little screenshot and stuff like that over by the lake, I guess, because it's a community event for whatever Discord they're in, we are flying around like headless chickens, to make sure that they have no salt to be able to replenish this water, along with also doing the same to their berry bushes. Though not long after finishing depleting all the salt and berry bushes, we saw a strange reoccurrence of an EO arriving back on the scene.
I'm not fucking touching 20 trikes. I'd rather fucking chew needles. Jesus. Oh my god, that one trike that came back. The one trike that came back. Oh no. No, they are coordinated enough to avoid as much friendly fire as possible.
Now, needless to say, this trike knew what they were getting into. They knew they were just going to get absolutely decimated. And I personally think that their target was just the babies, as you can see right here. Though, they did get one, and it was the baby Styrak. But now, here is where the funny comes in. At least in my opinion, because, hey, they got a trophy for this little baby EO here. So, you know what that means? It's time to go mugging.
Yeah, he mugged him. Happy mugged him. Yes. I'm so proud of you, Happy. I'm so proud of you. You just mugged a group of 18 to 19 trikes. Oh, I'm so proud.
So, we stole a trophy off them. Not long after, they start, trying to get more screenshots. And I decide to, get an opportunity for a screenshot on my own.
Oh, but
Now, after that failed attempt of a cool charging screenshot where the communication wasn't all there for everybody to do it at the same time, another random EO ended up running in, and I kind of respected it because they knew what they were getting into. They knew they were just going to get absolutely mobbed and decimated, but they just went for it anyway. But the question is, what is their reward for all this? Well, it's obviously death, but then also being taunted and teabagged by the people that killed them, but not only by them, but by the people who kind of just want to stay in the EO's good graces, just so that they don't die, right? But that now means that there's another trophy on the field, and you know what that means.
And the hat is teabagging. Oh, come on. Ah. Yeah, mugged the baby again. Or maybe not the baby, but yeah, mugged him.
Now, this is not a trike trophy, and I'm wondering what it came from. I didn't really see it, not even in the replay, but thankfully, Siblet ended up seeing who had the other trike trophy.
All I say is
and
good
so
luck.
they went for
Godspeed. So, Godspeed. Godspeed, Spider-Man! Robbed!
And there is another successful mugging. So it's safe to say that any trophies that we see that they have, they're not going to be keeping, not if we can help it. If they end up outsmarting us, well, then they've kind of earned it. If they don't outsmart us, we don't see that they've earned it, not with this much of an advantage over everybody they come across. But who are we to decide whether they've earned their trophies or not? Well, no one. We're the same as them. We're just players playing the game in the way we see fit. They enjoy their herd of 19 EOs. We enjoy hindering the herd of 19 EOs. And safe to say, they were very quick to let us know their thoughts.
Oh, it's a shame that your baby trikes are not getting trophies for the people you are, just absolutely wrecking.
So we carry on stealing the things needed for them to sustain themselves. In other words, their berries and salt. So no water for the crater, no berries from
Turn
the bush. And
around.
what this did is force them to spread out. Though, that also
Oh,
ended up meaning that they also ran
oh,
into
they're
other
going
people.
in the White Cliffs cave. Oh, I know what's going on here. There is a single solo trike in the White Cliffs cave. Or is that an Anno? Or is that an Anno that they're going after? I don't know. Either way, in the little White Cliffs cave, right next to the Waystone, there's like 4, 5 trikes outside of it trying to get in. I have no idea what's going on in there. I'll find out in the replay.
And finding out that's what we're here for. So up in White Cliffs, there was another EO and an Anno that got spotted by, well, all of the EOs up here, and their only real salvation to try and survive here was actually to run into the little cave of White Cliffs that's pretty much directly underneath the Waystone. Now, with this little cave, the only way to actually get in with anything big is pretty much blocked off by the Anno, or plugged up by the Anno, should I say. If they had anything small, this would have been a bit more of a pain for these lot here. So, as you can imagine, they were kind of smart enough to know that it isn't really worth their time to actually try and get through that Anno to get the EO in there just for 2 trophies. So they decided to move on, went back to Crater in search of, well, more food and water. And this is when another friend, Dragon, ended up logging on, and they showed up with a hat. Don't ask why he's albino, it's just what he likes.
I I mean, I've heard the thing of people wanting a maximum limit of apexes per server before, but all that means is that the biggest groups like this right here, say if there was a maximum of 15 apexes per server, I know that's quite kind of low. It's just a number I've put there in the first place. Well, this group's already monopolized that. They're the only apexes. They're the only group with apexes on the server. Yeah. That means that there's no more ducks. That means there's no more rexes, no more bars, no more spinos. It's just these, it's just the 15 trikes if there was an apex limit to the server. Yeah, and the debuff thing. It's safe for mixed packing and shit like that. People I've heard say that, and oh, okay, so the enemy group or whatever is a bunch of herbivores. I'm just gonna hang around them for 5 minutes with a Denon or a Rhamph in particular, and I'm a carnivore, so then they get debuffed, and so do I, but it's not me that matters here. It matters to my other 19 friends that want to fight them. You know. I kind of just find it funny that, there's people in their group going like, "Really, Ramp? You really stole my trophy?" And it's like, did you deserve it? No, you didn't deserve that. You don't deserve that. You didn't earn that. Is that my opinion? Yeah. Does it matter? Not really. But I'm gonna follow through with it anyway.
Now, you remember how we were using Rat Out to steal the trophies from them? Well, you can also do the same
Yeah.
with Salt Rocks.
Yeah, no salt. Mugged! Mugged! I want these grapes on legs to turn into raisins. Oh, yeah, that's a bit dodgy. Oh, okay. Ha, yeah. Ha, the hat's dropped the rock.
So we are trying our best to, take every Salt Rock and just keep them dry. But we are running into one serious problem.
Oh, mate, we haven't got enough rat outs to stop this, mate. We haven't got enough rat outs. Uh,
But even though we can't really stop them from getting water altogether in the crater, just because of the combination of, well, they have so many numbers, including like an Achillo and a Hats helping them to get water, and the fact that there's just so many salt rocks in Crater to keep an eye on to, keep bone dry. It was at least enough of a hindrance for them to be forced to actually move if they want to actually stay alive and not starve to death. And so they were forced over into Grand Plains, just to drink from the river if they need water. But we can't really do much about the water situation anymore, since you can't even replenish the river, right? So now the next best option is to just drain every berry
Okay,
bush
so
here.
there's a couple at the tree now. Empty, drain all the bushes. Right, so the bush by the tree is already drained by their own trikes. Oh mate, all these bushes, they're drained. It's like pestilence. Or famine. It's famine. No. Oh no. Us Rhamphs can't drain the river. Damn, why can't we just pounce the river and drain it with plague? Why can't we just sit in the water and spread our filth to make it filthy water? Yeah, let's just give everyone cholera or something. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like what they've done to this area in terms, they've come through, they've drained everything. So it's not like we're going to see a lot of other, big groups able to sustain themselves here for a while until everything replenishes, or the server restarts.
Now, the entire time that we've seen this EO herd, I've been quite confused by the fact that they've attacked every other apex outside of their group, but they've left alone, say this Achillo, hats, and things that could pretty much escape. And the other smaller things are pretty desperate to try and get this herd of EO's approval. Because I understand why. You just don't want to get absolutely decimated by 19 EOs. I completely get it. But having that interaction, this is something so rare that you kind of want to be involved anyway.
Shit,
So
this
I
year.
do understand that if you wanted to stay alive in this sort of
Yeah,
way, you got to try and help them a little bit, gain their trust, and
because, hell,
you can benefit from being friends with an EO pack like this. Not my style, but to each their own, right?
us, it's just too much. It's too much! It's too much!
So, around about this point, Happy ended up seeing a trophy in one of the mouths of the baby EOs and tried to get it. But the problem with trying to do this to baby EOs is that
Yeah,
they do not
yeah,
pop Lucky Feather on Rhamph, since they cannot one-shot a Rhamph. So, in a
yeah.
way, a baby EO is more dangerous to a Rhamph than an adult EO. Yeah, let that sink in. Though, luckily for me, I was able to actually steal the trophy off of Happy's body after they killed her.
I got your trophy.
Some aloes ended
Right.
up showing up to the area and ended up getting attacked by whatever was around, just to
Oh,
avoid the
man.
wrath of all the
Is,
EOs. And they're pretty much just trying to offer trophies to the EO group, just for their babies to grow, right? And I get it. Keep them happy, and, well, you can stay happy. I get the thought process. But then we ended up noticing, wait, where are those
yeah,
baby EOs? Those ones that ended up killing Happy.
there's one near the adults, but I don't know where the other one went. Oh, to Home Cave.
That's right, they ran to the home cave. And they made a little mistake that, well, they were in a rush because they didn't want to risk getting their trophies stolen again by the Rhamphs. And let's just say they learned from the first time when they killed Happy that if they can not one-hit us, they can kill us. So they got into position to protect their trophies. But luckily, we had something they didn't expect. It was Dragon on his hats. That may sound unfair and mean, but imagine the people they've attacked. Just to do this exact same thing, I'd say it's a equal imbalance of power, if you ask me. Such is the lawless land of official servers. Yet again, another case of we are not letting them get a trophy for their babies that they ended up just decking people with 19 trikes for.
Oh, I'm holding it. I'm holding it. Here you go. Here you go. Happy. This was rightfully yours.
So after that, I
Ah,
ended up searching
yes.
around for the big EO group, and it seems they just disappeared. So I searched
Yeah.
around, the Waystone, different water sources around
No, they're
the
not
area, until
waste
Sib
either.
ended up seeing them.
Oh, they're logging. They're going to home cave. I mean, I don't blame them for leaving this server and wanting to switch. They're out of food. Yeah, they ate all the berries. They drank all the water. They killed all the people that they could. They lost all the trophies. Let's not forget that. Two, they lost 2 babies.
And so here we are at the end. So, I felt that this video was a little bit more different than usual. I don't know if in a good way or bad way. I'd say in a good way, personally. This was a very funny thing to me, and it was such a rare thing as well. I felt lucky to actually experience it, but I am kind of hoping for a discussion after this. So, let me know down in the comments what you think. On the bright side, I think both sides had quite a lot of fun, and the trash talk was very minimal. Although, you'll always get at least a little bit out of officials, and that's just what you expect. I've lately switched my settings so that I don't see the chat unless I want to see it now, and honestly, it's been the best change I've made in this game. It's made this game at least 75% better. And I also advise you to do the same too, because honestly, when you're not able to see easy L every 2 seconds, or get good, or some sort of death threat from, the community, as you've probably seen in the global chat before. Yeah, it's just so much more, air quote, positive. But that's just because you don't see it. But with all that out of the way, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye.